Okay, so what's up everybody? This is your girl Lucy Love, and as you know, I'm an aspiring actress. And I really want to have my own TV show, whether if it's American TV show or telenovelas. So I hear that I'm like the mini Wendy Williams. How you doing? I love you, Wendy. You inspire me so much, and I love you so much. And you've been through a lot of triumph and heartache and a lot of situations, and you struggle with your weight at one point. I struggle with my weight. I'm a plus size girl. I'm 5'4" and I'm working on my weight, girl. But I am fabulous, or I am fat tabulous. Okay, I'm not huge, but I'm a big girl. I'm a plus size girl. You know, size 16. And I'm proud of it and I own it, but I do know I need to work on it. Wendy, I just wanted to let you know that you inspired me to do whatever it is that I do. I wake up and I see your shows and I'm like, wow, she went from being a regular Jersey girl to being a infamous TV radio personality, and then she went from there to being having her own show, Wendy Williams show. And so you really inspire me, and I've been through a lot, and I feel like watching you made me laugh, and you're so honest, and I love your fashion sense. You are a fashionista, honey, work. Okay? And I really love you, Wendy, and I know you get a lot of these videos, a lot of them, and people just put stuff out there just to try to get famous, and that's not it. You inspire me, and I do want to host my own TV show, whether it's English or Spanish, telenovelas. Yo hablamos español. I'm Hispanic, Asian, and Native American Indian. I am from Brooklyn, New York. Let's see. I'm from an inner city, aka the ghetto. So I was not brought up with silver spoons in my mouth. Funny that people say that. I was born with, I grew up with a lot of plastic spoons, and whatever my grandmother could get, she would get, and whatever she can say for me, she would. My mom was a young mom. She was 19 years old when she conceived me, and she was 19 years old when she actually gave birth to me. And I was born 11/11, lucky number, 1992, the year of the monkey. And my dad, I love my dad very dearly, but he was not there for me. He wasn't the best parent. Parents make mistakes, and I understand that. And I've been through a lot. My mom passed away. I went to foster care when I was 11 years old because my mom had a bad drug addiction, and that really tore me apart for my little 10-month-old sister. I remember times where my mom would leave us in the house for a few days at a time, and she would mark on the clock when I would need to feed my little sister, and sometimes we would run out of food, and she didn't want anybody in her business, and I didn't understand that. I didn't think it was bad for me to ask the neighbors for food or whatever. So, but my mom did, and I knew I would get in trouble if anybody would be in our business, and she wasn't in the right state of mind, and her boyfriend was abusing her at the time. And so I remember these times when she would leave for 2 and 3 days at a time, and have her friends check on me, but they didn't make sure that we had food to eat or whatever. And so I would go to the corner stores, and because I'm from the projects, so I would go to the corner stores and ask the guy if I could pay him back, or he knew the situation, and anybody and everybody who knew who I was, they knew who my mom was, and so they knew that she was on it bad. And so sometimes I would even steal food from my little sister, and it would just be us. I remember a time where we were in the project, so your heat should automatically come on. Yeah, that was not the case. So we would dry off with a blow dryer, and we would blow for the blow dryer. A 10-year-old and a 10-month-old. It's with times where I go to school dirty, and my mom caught an ACS case, and one time she almost lost it, and she like really beat me with a broomstick. And so she had these markings on my chest, and I love my mom. I'm sorry. I love my mom, and, you know, we went through a lot, and, I remember, you know, after all that happened, I was in foster care for a while, and then I got back with my mom, and my mom had my little brother at the time, and everything was going good, and we were rekindling our relationship. And then my mom, she passed away just when everything started going well. I mean, I wasn't the best kid because I was hurting still, and I didn't know how to forgive my mom. And so I remember it was December 6, 2010. My mom would always have these asthma attacks and stuff, and she couldn't breathe and stuff. But this time was really bad. She had woke me up out of my sleep like she normally does when she doesn't feel like she can breathe. And so she woke me up out of my sleep, and she was like, call the ambulance. So she always told me not to panic, and I never panicked. And this time I panicked, and it was my little brother and I, and he was 5 at the time, and it was December 6th at 2:06 when I was on the phone with the ambulance, and I was holding my mom in my arms, and my little brother was in the very next bed, and he was awakened, and my mom, and I called them about 7 to 8 times, and my mom was like, don't panic, and I did everything. I unloosened her bra, you know, so she could get air and stuff, so she wouldn't be too tight. And I remember she was 37 years old, and I had just turned 18, and that whole year she was like, I just want to see you make it until you turn 18, because my mom was really sick. She had spinal arthritis, asthma, sleep apnea, hypertension, diabetes. She had a lot. And so she had a defibrillator, a pacemaker in her heart, like a battery to keep her heart pumping. And I guess, you know, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't working so well. And I guess she knew that it was her time. And she told me that whole year that she was tired and that she just wanted to give in and give up, and she couldn't wait till I was turned 18. And so, you know, that night, it was, again, 2:06 in the morning, and my mom had stopped breathing. And I was scared, and every time she told me not to panic, I panicked. She tapped on her wooden dresser 2 times, and every time she does that, that just means like she's really out of breath. And she told me every time I tap on the dresser, that means I'm losing my breath. I can't breathe at all. And so me being just turned 18, and all this time we prepared for it, I just feel like sometimes I feel like it's my fault, and I wasn't the best to my mom, and I miss my mom, and I'm sorry. I'm like, I miss my mom, and all these kids, you know, they have their mothers, and they don't know what it's like to lose their mothers. And everybody who was my mother friend, who drank with her, who smoked with her, whatever, whether it was paraphernalia or cigarettes, you know, and everybody wanted to be her best friend. So when my mom passed away, it was like, it felt like my whole world stopped. And then my dad, he wasn't there for me as much as she should have been, and I try to forgive him, but it's hard for me because I feel like, unfortunately, I feel like, why couldn't it have been him instead of my mom? And I love my mom. It felt like a piece of my soul. Even now, it's been 2 years, almost 3 years, and I feel like a piece of my soul was ripped out of me. And she was the one I would cry to. She was the one that would forgive me no matter what I did. She was the one who never judged me. And I just miss her being there. She was the one who took out for me. Even though I was wrong, she would still vouch for me. And she would be like, my baby, my baby. And I just miss her. Her morning cookings and her loud music. And I just miss everything about my mom. She wasn't the perfect parent, but she was the best parent that she can be when she did get clean and when she did get sober. And I commend her for that. And I just never got to express to her how lucky I am to have her. And I just wish that I spent more time with my mother. And Wendy, it's just like every time I watch your show, you always talk about your mom. And how much you love your mom, and how much you respect her, and your dad, and how close you guys are towards each other. And it's just like, damn, I really wish I had that with my mom. And I guess it was a little too late. And I just never got to say sorry to my mother, and I never got to say bye. And now I feel like my sister that's 18 years old that didn't grow up with me, she hates me, and I feel like she was envious of me, and I don't know why. And then she had my little, and then so my aunt went to take care of my brother, and my mother's god sister, and she's doing really well with him, and we're going to court right now so I can get him back. And I feel like my little sister, she was 16 and she got pregnant, and you know how that goes, and I just feel like that was my baby, even though we didn't get along the best. Why didn't she call for me? Why didn't she come to me? You know, why didn't she tell me first? And I feel like she's envious for no reason. Now she has something that I love and I want to be close to, very dearest to my heart, which is my little brother. And I mean, not my little brother, my nephew. And you know, she invited me twice to come over, but I was working. And and I love my little sister, and she's like, oh, she cursed me out via Facebook. She cursed me out and was like, you need to stop blaming everybody for you not having an education, or for you not doing what you're supposed to, and for you being a horrible daughter to your mom. I mean, I love my mother, and like I said, I wasn't the perfect teenager. I was a teenager, and so would I have done things differently? Yeah. But I didn't know at the time because I was just a teenager. I didn't know right from wrong, obviously. I was a young adult. But my sister, she just like holding my nephew away from me. It's been times where I was sleeping on a train and I had nowhere to go, because I feel like I had all my options, and like all the friends that my mom supposedly had, you know, they weren't there. And so every time I watch your show, Wendy, anywho, I always aspired to either be an actress or a TV personality, a fashion designer even. I wanted to be a big fashion designer. I wanted everybody to know my name. So every time I watch your show, I'm like, dag, Wendy got through whatever she was getting through. She got through her weight gain. I can get through mine, and you inspire me because you're so empowering. So it was this picture on my Facebook. I remember when you did the Save the Twinkie campaign, and you took a picture on your Twitter with the Twinkie. And so I did the same thing for Doritos, except Doritos weren't going out of business. I just loved what you did with that idea, and it was like so pretty. The picture was really, really pretty. And so I I posted a bag of Doritos. I'm like holding the Dorito, and I'm like, I can't live without these things, or something like that. And it said it in caption. And it just, you inspire me, and I just want you to know that you do inspire youth. You do inspire the younger ones. Like I said, I'm a mini Wendy Williams, and everybody's like, oh my god, you remind me of her because you're funky, you're straightforward, you're a go-getter, you're ambitious, and you love the drama. You hate to be in the drama, but you love to be hated, and you take what you can, and you go and you state your opinions on it the right way, like you do. You state your opinion on it, and you don't care what nobody thinks about you, and that's what I am with my life. I don't care what no one thinks about me, and I'm just like I said, I'm straightforward, I'm honest, and like, you inspire me. So, excuse me. So, how you doing? Shout it out. Woo, woo. I love you, Wendy.